it's much better. Like, I get to work in like 20 minutes. There's no toll. Like, you go through the tunnel and shit. That's it. You get to everywhere quicker.
What about parking? How's that shit out there compared to out here?
It's probably around the same. I would say that New York is probably stricter with the parking than in Boston. But it's the same shit. A lot of commercial parking and all that. Makes sense. Like, Boston is like a walkable city. Whenever you guys come up here, you guys should just walk. Just park the car and just walk around.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, with Boston, I mean, I was there only when I went to visit you, and that was, what, a few years ago when we had Hurricane. Yeah. What was that fucking hurricane we had in Jersey? Or
was it Sandy?
Yeah, Sandy. I went for a wedding in Dallas, and I got stuck, and I was trying to make it for my daughter's birthday, which was Halloween, and I ended up talking to Milton, and I remember back then, because with all this shit happening, it was hard to even get like a hold of people. For me, like, to book my flight, I couldn't find flights going to New York, so I had to like basically fly out to Boston, and then I had called Milton. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to Boston, can I crash in your place? So I went out there for what, Halloween, remember?
Yeah,
it was Halloween day.
Yeah, man, we could have gone out that night, but I was so exhausted and shit. I was like, fuck.
I wanted to, but then at the same time I was tired too, because I was in limbo every fucking day. I think, if I remember correctly, that Halloween was either Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. And because I went to my friend's wedding, I think like Friday, but then I got stuck. I was supposed to fly back Friday. I got stuck all the way till Sunday in Austin, Texas. And then I slept with one of my coworkers. He actually had a place, so I crashed in his Airbnb because my hotel was already done. Then I got a hotel again, I think Monday and Tuesday, because I remember I saw Monday Night Raw. And then I think I flew out either Tuesday or Wednesday. I flew out to Boston, which was Halloween. And I remember because everywhere I was flying, everybody had costumes, like the people who worked and shit. And then the first thing that he took me to was, we went to the Little Italy shit.
That's cool.
And then we went to, what was the name of that area in Boston?
Faneuil Hall.
Daniel Hall, yeah, we went there. Yeah. And then we went to Cheers. And from there, what the fuck did we do? Yeah, then from there we were thinking of going now, but we just didn't know where the fuck to go. And it was cold, I remember.
Yeah. And I think you were right, because I had to work the next day too, so I was thinking of that shit, but I should have just took off. I was like,
nah, it was all good. I was grateful because, like I said, just telling everybody and listening to podcasts, I had no place to go. All I knew that my options to fly were either Boston or I think Washington or Philly. And then I got lucky because I knew Milton was in Boston, so I'm like, I could crash in his crib until I could find a flight to either go back home. And my plan was either, if I'm in Boston, I could just take a bus home. If I went to Philly, I didn't know Philly like that. Like I do now, I would have gone to Philly or something. But it was cool because I got to see Boston. Like, shit wasn't planned. Shit was out of the blue, spontaneous. So I got to chill there. I think that was, Halloween. The next day, which was November 1st, I took the bus over to New York to finally see my daughter, because I think we finally got light back on and shit. Good?
Yeah, that worked out good.
Chuleta Al needs a shot.
Yo, hell yeah.
Get in there.
We got everything up here.
Sure?
What's going on, Al? Where were you?
Whew. I'm like Superman. I had to bring the compra up.
Oh, shit.
Where you guys left me off before I disappear again.
Yeah. Nah, we were asking Milton like the differences between Boston and New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you that.
Hi.
Hey, Yanni.
So, how old are you? How old were you when you left to Boston?
I was 27.
Okay, so you spent
8 years.
How many? 8 years out there?
Yeah, but I was telling Lee that I had moved back down for like 10 months. Because when we moved up here the first time, right, we were up here for 2 years, and I wasn't really crazy about it. I only came up here for Jennifer, and then at a certain point, we always said we would go back home, and then we did it. And then when we came back, like I was telling Lee, the community to the city to New York, I was just like, fuck this shit. I want to go back. So,
yeah, because probably the life in Boston is almost the same as Jersey. It's more laid back.
Yeah, like I was telling Lee, Boston's a lot smaller, so it's not as packed as New York. So like commuting from New Jersey to wherever I was working at the time in New York was like a 2-hour trip there and 2 hours back. Over here, it's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go to the city.
So what's the one thing you miss, if that? Because I know you come here every other 4 or 5 months, for certain things that you come out here for, and we get to hang out. But what's like the main thing you miss of Jersey that you don't get in Boston? Besides family and stuff like that.
Yeah. One thing is weird is that there's no Spanish radio up here. Except if you go to so it's in like areas of Massachusetts. So like if you go towards Lawrence, where a lot of there's a big Latin community there, I think mostly Dominicans, they'll have like a radio station there. But like in Boston, you gotta go on like the AM band to find some shit, and then it's like all crackly and shit.
Yeah. So, it's funny you said It's funny you say Lawrence, because the only reason I know about Lawrence, Massachusetts, is because I'm watching on Netflix right now. There's you could call it like a documentary or a telenovela of Nicky Jam, the rapper.
Oh yeah, you told me about it. Yeah.
So he actually grew up in Lawrence. So that's the only reason I know about Lawrence. And it's funny that you say that now. That there's only Spanish people over there.
Yeah, I didn't know he was raised there.
Yeah, he was born and raised in out there in Boston, but then he moved to Puerto Rico.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
That's why
I gotta check out that documentary.
Yeah, it just came out Tuesday, in Netflix, and I'm on episode 5, and so far it's good because it was originally in Univision or Telemundo. I don't know if you guys get those channels out there, but on Netflix you get the curses. You see the titties bouncing when he having sex and all that shit.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So one thing that you like in Boston now that you won't change, like if they told you come back to Jersey.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back to Jersey. I would only go back to Jersey if I had like a good job down there like I do up here. Right, being up here, I have like the best opportunity as far as work that I've ever had in Jersey or in New York, so
okay.
That's why I tell Jennifer all the time. Unless I found a job that was equal to what I have now, I would never go back down to Jersey. And the thing is, I would want to go back if I could find that job, but yeah, I don't think I'll find it.
And your wife is the same. Like she's happy that she's out there, not over here, right?
Yeah, because when we went back, because she's a school teacher, she was working in the New York City public school system.
Yeah.
And it was like totally different than up here, and she didn't like it, so she likes it up here more.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's a big difference. Cause the good thing is here, when you're in Jersey, you got the tri-state that you can go to New York, Connecticut, PA, and all that. Do you guys have almost the same thing out there in Boston that you could just visit little other like states real quick?
Yeah. So like all over. So it's since we're near the coast, we could drive up to New Hampshire, and then from there we could go to Maine over the river. So it's really close from here. If you want to go to Vermont, you have to go the other way.
Oh, okay.
How far is Maine from you?
Like 40 minutes, maybe 30, 40 minutes.
What's the Donko Key in Boston?
Yo.
Nothing.
Yo, there was a nightclub, a Latin nightclub, but this was years ago and they shut it down. It was near the Boston Common, which is their version of Central Park, but that shit shut down. Now I found another one, but I think it's only Friday nights they have Latin nights, so I might need to check it out one of these days.
Yeah. Yo, one thing I wanted to ask you, because every time, if it's like with Milton, if we known Milton for a while, we always knew Milton. I used to call him paparazzi.
Oh,
so every time
TMZ.
Yeah, every time we used to go clubbing or anywhere, Milton would just, if Al took 10 pictures, I maybe took 15. Milton, he took 150 that night.
Facts.
Minimum.
Facts.
And then I used to be like, yo, he used to just send me. I'm like, yo, what did we do? You know, we went to LQ's. Yo, you took any pictures? I'm going to send them to you, Papa. And it'll be like fucking files.
Yo, it'll be pew, 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 pew.
I'll be like, yo, what the fuck?
It'll be the next day and you're still getting some more.
And it's all of us like that, crunched up, fucking bending over. He used to just take like 6 shots.
Yo, the pictures you sent us from Sandbar, I was like, holy shit. To sumo wrestler days. That was my sumo wrestler days, bro.
Yeah, you look totally different now.
Yo, it was my big shirts. Them shirts, I could use them as curtain now, bro.
The fucking batas.
Curtains.
You were like that fucking movie we were watching.
What?
El Papa.
Yeah.
We were watching a reggaeton movie. Remember that guy from...
Hector's father.
Remember Hector's father? Hector Tito?
Oh, yeah. Hector Tito. Yeah.
Remember El Papa? So there's a fucking movie me and Al were watching that shit. And that nigga has the shirt, the fucking bata, straight to the knees.
Yeah, and these were polos, like, you know, the 3 buttons.
Yeah, like a polo shirt all the way down.
Them shit was huge on that motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, Papa!
My high school years.
For real.
I rocked those in my high school years. Yeah.
Does she still need help?
No.
Oh, okay. So, yo, I know you're always asking the questions, so now we're going to go question to question.
I want to ask you real quick on the pictures. Like, why were you always taking a lot of pictures? And how do you start off? Like, do you start off with a certain camera? And when you graduated to your... Yo, guy Lee.
Yeah. No, I think I started taking all those pictures because I got like my first digital camera around that time. Because at that time it was like a big thing, right? Those digital cameras were coming out because before it used to be film.
Yeah.
And I bought that shit and then I just started like taking pictures. And then uploading that shit into my computer so I could get more space. So I had like a small like fucking memory cards on them.
So where you have most of those pictures saved now?
Oh, I got them on my computer. I was actually going through a couple of them.
Yo, if I ever run for president, you're the guy that I don't want him to talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the funny thing, I used to chill with Milton. All you see is like light bulbs. All of a sudden, he just does sides. Blah, 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 blah. He just...
Kanye West did the song based on him. Flashing
lights. Yeah. Yeah, for
that
real,
was him.
man.
It was all Milton.
Milton used to always take all the pictures. And I'm like, how the hell this guy used to take...
Yo, you gave me the breakfast stout.
That's not so.
This is what you brought. That's that meat.
It's not the meat.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
So, Mel, you have all the good questions. And I saw one of those on the DM based on all the movies you sent.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to it right now. But you remember the movies that you sent, which is like the top movies?
Oh, the ones that I sent you guys recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
The
while
gangster ones?
we go there, I got some questions for you. I know I asked you what's the difference between Boston and New Jersey. What's the most you miss about out here?
Oh, I was just talking to him about that.
Damn.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I was telling Al, it's the music. Because the music up here is just, you know, pop and shit and rap. But there's no Latin music up here, so...
Oh,
So that's why I
okay.
always have the TuneIn Radio app. So I always listen to like 97.9 down in Alex Sensation and all of them.
All right. We did the Mount Rushmore, but now I'm going to ask you the top 3 nightclubs.
Coño.
Esa es la mesa tuya.
Oh,
Tú la
ever?
compraste.
No, because I put it
Te
right so
dije.
far.
We're doing the podcast.
Te diste.
The top 3 top 3 nightclubs.
Of all time?
For you, yeah.
We've been to? That we've been? So I'll go in reverse order.
Who?
Reverse order.
Number 3 was the Copa on 34th Street.
34th Street?
Yeah, that was the one. That's the only one I went to. The second one gotta be Don Coqui. And then the first one is LQ's.
Which
LQ's?
LQ's? Which one?
48th Street. That's
Yeah,
what,
the one on the east side.
Okay, because
47.
for me, top 3. But Dan, you pick all mixed. LQ's on 96 and Broadway for me was the main big one for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that one was good. That's when you threw down with salsa. Like, if you knew how to dance salsa, you better get in the middle of the dance floor. If not, you better move away, papi, because they're going to take you, huele bicho. They're going to take you out. They don't play around over there, son. You had to be a fucking great salsa dancer